What is going on, everybody? Welcome over here to the channel. Today we kick it off with episode 37 of the Montana Cattle Ranch series. So sit back, relax, smash that like button, and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget we are doing a giveaway, information in the description below. Quick interruption. I want to apologize really quick for this episode. Somehow, some way, my microphone decided to switch up and record off of something else. Even though it recorded off my headset, it still messed up, and it's kind of staticky this episode. So I really apologize. I hope you guys bear with it. If not, I understand. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not great either. I believe I have fixed the issue as of now, but it just kind of statics when I talk, unfortunately. But future episodes, it should all be good. I did not expect it to do that, but I wanted to come in and give a disclaimer. Otherwise, again, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and we will catch you on the next one. Let's get to it. So today we kick it off on October 1st. And if you take a look at our bank account, we're a little broke. And we did quite a bit. Last episode, we ended up buying that property that was next to the co-op, and we had them come in and do some dirt work. And then we ordered some buildings, some new factories, and we kind of did a little expanding of the ranch. And I will show you that just here in a bit. But for now, we have quite a few fields of corn to harvest. And what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and hire out a worker today. And he's going to go ahead and start taking care of our fields. I will be the dedicated grain cart driver for this operation. And you will see why we're not doing it here in just a second. So let me go ahead, hop in the combine, fire this bad boy up, and let's go ahead and get them started. Hopefully they go in a decent way. They always concern me just a little bit once they get going. Alright, it looks like he's got it. So I'm going to make my way down to the co-op for now, and I will see you over there in just a second. Well, we made it over here to the co-op. And I'm not sure what we should call this. Is this still technically the co-op, or is this part of the ranch? I don't really know what to refer to it as. Now that we own a nice plot and some buildings right next to the co-op. But if you kind of look here to the right, you may see a new addition to the farm. And we ended up picking up a new combine. Wow, he's already 80% full. So we picked up a John Deere S790, but this bad boy here has the 24,000 liter extension on it, which is pretty insane. And you may be wondering why did we pick up another combine with a corn header? Well, we went ahead and purchased this field in front of us here. And then we purchased the field to the right of the co-op as well. And they both have corn on them ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and hire out another worker to get going on this field for us. I think I'm going to have to hurry up and go empty out. I'm taking that sign out. I'm going to have to go empty him out really quick. And then we'll kind of check out what I did over here. So let me go ahead and hire out another worker here. Looks like he's going to get going. And let me go ahead and go empty the other combine. Yeah, he's full. Well, I take it this corn must be harvesting pretty good here. Let me go ahead and try to ride along the side of him just while he does this headland. And we can make it back over there. But as I was talking about the new John Deere combine, we went ahead and put tracks on that thing this time, on top of the 24,000 liter grain extension, which I think will be phenomenal. Especially since we technically own 3 fields over there now. I think it'll do us good. Is he gonna make this turn with me? And I messed it up. Yeah, I ain't getting through there, buddy. I'll just meet you over on the other side. Alright, we'll empty him out on this headland. And then we'll go ahead, run over there, empty out the other combine. And then I can show you around just a little bit. I wish I would have caught that a little bit sooner. But he had his straw swath on. And I really don't want to be baling up a bunch of straw or corn husks. But he looks like he's only at about 36%, so that's not bad. So we've got time to go check everything out really quick. So some of the things we went ahead and added over here is we have a butcher shop now. And we have a place that we can bring our Angus beef to, and we can have them processed. Or if we decide to do any more livestock, we can actually put them in. And we went ahead and put ourselves in a couple more little dairies, so that way we can actually process all our milk, and it's not sitting there stocking up. And the last couple things that we put in here is we got ourselves a nice little shed, and then we put this nice barn dominium in, which is pretty sweet. I figured we're going to need it, especially because we've got a few new pieces of property over here. But let's check this thing out. Very well designed. We've got some nice decorations going on. And we have a little workshop here. But we should have plenty of storage for our equipment between this and the shed out back. I don't think I'm going to expand too much over here. I do have plans for other places on this map, but we're kind of limited to the fields that we can get to over here. I mean, we could take the combine around under the bridge, over the bridge, which we may end up doing because there's a field over there that I really want to buy, but it's separated by a river. Unless we go ahead and get a bridge built, which is always an idea. But let me go ahead and make it back over to the grain cart because I think he's ready to be emptied. And he is... Whoops! I didn't mean to hit him. But he is absolutely filled to the brim. Seems like this field is actually producing pretty good. Seems like the numbers are way up. And it's like, what? He made it the length of the truck, which we followed him, and made it over this way by the time he filled up. It's pretty decent. Now, you may be wondering what we're going to be doing with all this corn. And I have an idea. But we have currently ran out of funds. But what I think I'm going to do, we're going to get into another new business. And I did some playing around, I did some thinking on it. But I think we're going to end up expanding a little bit more land down at the co-op. And we're going to... Actually, I should probably leave this tractor here because I don't think he's going to make it all the way around. But I think we're going to get into the coffee bean business. And we're going to end up putting some greenhouses up for that. And why I think that's a good idea. Let me go ahead and make it over to the other grain cart driver and I'll continue this conversation. But why I think that is a good idea is because we're already producing our own liquid fertilizer. And then we have the ethanol plant here as well. And we can produce diesel. And those are two of the other main ingredients for the coffee beans. So I think I'm going to use what we have already to our disposal and go that route. I think it's a good financial idea and a good business idea. I think we'll end up making quite a bit of money off of it. So I think that's kind of the route I want to go at the moment. And I think where we would put it is I would go ahead and have some more dirt work done at the back of this property that we put in and go ahead and put a factory there. And wow, he is filling up super quick. He's already at 80% and we just emptied him out. That is crazy. But I'm happy. I'm happy our corn is yielding very, very well. And that's a new field for us, so. Alright, he's emptied. We should be able to just sit right here for now. So let me make it over to the other combine. But overall, I think we put our money to good use. What do you guys think? After all our slurry and manure was processed in the BGA, we were just a little over $2 million. So we spent a little over $1.9 million on the whole expanding and operation. I think we used our money wisely, and I think it was a good idea overall. I mean, the combine alone cost me about $800,000. So ultimately, I think it was a smart investment. We ended up expanding some more land. We've got more room to grow, and we have more fields to harvest and do something with. But I'm going to go ahead, kick on the radio. We're going to go ahead and knock all these fields out. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And there we have it. We have got all our fields harvested. And I think we did pretty decent, honestly. I'll have to go through and check to see exactly how well we did. But it seemed like a fairly good average overall. I think we ended up with quite a few bushels per acre on most of our fields. Some of them were... Our newer fields weren't as great. I think we ended up with... what was it? I'm going to say close to 110 or 120 liters off our two new fields. And then something that didn't cross my mind when I made the purchase was the property that I bought next to the co-op came with a house and a garage. A nice one at that. But I think what I'm going to go ahead and do with that is we're going to turn around and make it into a rental property. So that way we end up with a little more income monthly. It won't be very much. I think it'll probably average $1,000 to $1,200, somewhere in that range, just for the house. And we're going to use the barn to potentially store some tractors. And that way I don't have to put any more barns or anything on our new property at the co-op. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at our data here. So field 24, let's see how well it did. So it looks like we ended up with 176,000 liters just off of field 24, which is pretty good. Let's see fields 16 and 23. So field 23 did 54,000 liters. And what is it? Field 16? Field 16 did 61,000 liters. So not bad at all. I guarantee you, though, those numbers should jump up significantly come next year. That is if we decide to do corn on them. I may go ahead and flip-flop between soybeans and corn. I think we may go that route with a bunch of our fields. And we're going to be able to use the soybeans to turn into fuel anyway. Although I think I'm going to have to do the math, but you may actually get more money by selling the beans by themselves instead of processing them into diesel. But I'll have to go through and check that out. But I think that's what we're going to call it on today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. We will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.